Hi there, I'm the Criticat, and in this video I'm going to give you my thoughts on a new series that just came out on Netflix. A series of unfortunate events, developed by Mark Hudis and Barry Sonnenfeld. This video contains spoilers. The show is based on a series of children's books written by Lemony Snicket, a pen name for Daniel Handler. It tells an epic story of three intelligent Baudelaire children who, after the tragic death of their parents in a fire, tried to avoid the hands of an evil actor called Count Olaf, who wants nothing more than to steal an enormous fortune the parents left behind. I was first introduced to the books by an audio version narrated by Jim Carrey. He by far does the greatest Count Olaf impression, better in my view than Neil Patrick Harris or even Jim Carrey. So, is the Netflix version better than the 2004 movie, written by Robert Gordon and directed by Brad Sibling? The short answer is no. But it's worth seeing on account of being so closely adapted from the books. This Netflix series is one of the most faithful adaptations of prose I've ever seen. Almost nothing is left out or altered. And I mean almost. Most of the sidetracking narration by Lemony Snicket is included too, performed by Patrick Warburton. But for this faithfulness to the original text, I would gladly look away, look away, look away. Alright, we get the idea. One of the biggest weaknesses in this Netflix series is its lack of mystery. The photos of Lemony in each book have his face either covered or hidden, which suggests a character shrouded in mystery. Even the movie version follows that description. The reason why Lemony remains secretive is because he's hiding from Count Olaf and his minions. He doesn't trust anyone with his true identity in case it becomes known to the villains. But in the series, Warburton steps confidently into the limelight as if he's in a commercial. He's as much as a character as the Baudelaires, so I don't know why Warburton plays the role so deadpan.
It is my solemn duty to bring to light the sorry history of the Baudelaire children as it happened so many years ago.
Sir, a character in the fourth book, also reveals his face in this series. But in the books, he's completely covered in smoke from his cigar. His face is as anonymous as his name. Can't the producers afford a bloody smoke machine? Likewise, the secret organisation of VFD is revealed all too quickly, and leaves nothing for us to discover as we go through the series. In the books and the feature film, we see the story from Lemony's point of view, and the Baudelaire's perspective. But here, we are given Count Olaf preparing his next evil scheme, a married VFD couple reaching their children after they escape from prison, and a VFD member called Jacqueline keeping an eye on the Baudelaires. By giving us all these different points of view, we lose so much of the mystery that makes us want to turn the page when reading the books. The only decent acting comes from the children. Sunny the baby is voiced by actress Tara Strong, which doesn't feel right, as strong as an adult. The casting of Violet and Klaus closely resembled the characters of the books, but their acting talent is fairly average in my opinion. The rest of the cast, i.e. the adults, just make me cringe. Admittedly, the adults are supposed to be crazy, or at least eccentric, but in the series they're actually too cartoonish and theatrical. The series might as well have been animated if the directors want all the adults to play goofy. You could argue this is a children's series, it's only for kids. But the books were published in 1999, so the first wave of fans are now in their late teens or early adulthood, so this series should surely appeal first to this core fan group. Neil Patrick Harris might look the part of Count Olaf, but he does a weaker performance than Jim Carrey's Olaf. He lacks the necessary menace, I feel. After all, Olaf wants to kill the children. I have a hard time believing this singing prima donna could be a cold-blooded killer. It doesn't look like the Baudelaire children are scared of him at all in the series. They look more annoyed by his constant meddling in their lives. If you want a really scary take on Olaf, check out the audio version with actor Jim Carrey.
I'll get my hands on your fortune if it's the last thing I do.
In my opinion, K. Todd Freeman's performance as the banker Mr. Poe strikes me as more authentic than Timothy Spall's in the movie. He seems to get the character quirks better than Spall, such as the constant phlegmy cough.
That's nasty.
Here's another big problem. Over-reliance on CGI. Some of the animation is poorly done, such as the incredibly deadly Viper interacting with Sunny.
Oh! It's been her! It's been her!
Or Count Olaf's minions rowing in a boat what clearly looks like a large water tank. I know it's hard to direct a baby, especially one that is younger than the movie version, but why does Sunny have to have her entire face made with CGI, like baby Renesmee in Breaking Dawn? Some of the VFX scenes are so hilariously bad, like when Catherine O'Hara's Dr. Orwell falls into a burning furnace and throws Sunny into the air. It just looks amateurish to me. The set designs that are not CGI, such as the snake hedges and Uncle Monty's house and the reptile room, are pretty good. It reminded me a lot of Edward Scissorhands, one of my favourite films of all time. While the series is very loyal to the books, the story is dumbed down to appease a younger audience. It removes the gothic edge and intriguing mystery to replace them with goofy acting and cheap special effects. I might sound disappointed by the season so far, but I'm still looking forward to seeing the next season. My favourite villain of the books is going to appear next season. Anyway, those are my thoughts. Thanks for watching.